Hey, good morning, everybody.
Drive to road behind you on I-69 or reroute from current location.
Well,
Proceed to route start at West 73rd Street.
we have no empty trailers. So, we're going to go to the pilot truck stop and wait until the planners give us the direction they want us to go to find an empty trailer.
Proceed east on West 73rd Street in 1 mile. Continue straight onto Enterprise Drive. Then, after 800 feet, turn right to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Continue straight onto Enterprise Drive, then turn right. Turn right to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, then take exit on the right. Turn right, then take exit on the right.
Yeah, I got it.
Take exit on the right. In a quarter mile, continue on to I-69 south.
So we're playing Bobtail Bob. Bob, 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 Bobtail Bob. Bobtail Bob, 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 Bobtail Bob.
Continue on to I-69 south. Proceed west on I-69 south in 7.5 miles. Hit exit 214 on the right for Indiana 13, Fort Hill, and Hotel.
Hey, look, coming up. It's a Nestle Quick Bunny. Right hand side.
enter 2, Fortville, Pendleton. In 1 mile, take exit 214 on the right for Indiana 13, Fortville, Pendleton.
Alright, so we'll pull into this old-time Pilot, get a cup of coffee, chat with you guys until the planners tell us where to find an empty. That is, if y'all want to chat with me. There goes my house. Don't know what we'll have as far as a fantastic view for you guys, but yeah, we'll go right here. You'll get to see every truck that leaves the fuel island. This is a pretty slow truck stop anyways. But you might get a truck or two in it. Anybody want to share a coffee with me?
You have 4 hours and 53 minutes of remaining drive time.
Alright, so we'll go get coffee and then we could have a chat session if you guys want. Not much exciting going on here, but I gotta wait, and if you guys want to wait with me, you can. Alright, let me go get coffee. I'll be right back. In the meantime, y'all watch this commercial. Help support the website. How's everybody doing? No caramel creamers here. So we have to use our own. But I got no problem with that. That's why I have my own in my cooler. Where'd everybody go? You going on vacation, Jared, eh? You going on that Mackinac Bridge or Mackinac Bridge walk there? Howdy, M.A. Hey, look, everybody woke up all of a sudden. What's up with that? WB, howdy. Will I be taking time off? I hope to, yes. It depends if we get there or not. Howdy, M.A., howdy, Glenn, howdy, LH. How do you go up to Mackinac Island and forget about the great big bridge walk they got there? Howdy, Janet. Howdy, Sid. I need a vacation too. I don't mean a 4-day vacation. I mean a real long, full, happy holidays vacation. Which, at some point, I'm going to probably take a 2-week vacation. 2-week or 3-week vacation or something like that. Canadian Trader, howdy. Miss Music, howdy. Howdy, Antwort. Sammy, how y'all doing? Starting to warm up already. What are you going to do without me? Oh, probably the same thing you did before me. You knew me. Howdy, Christopher. How you doing? Do I ever have a bad day? Sure, everybody has crummy days. I've learned that if I could do something about it, I'll fix it. If I can't do something about it, whatever the problem is, I do everything I can to fix it, and then it's out of my hands. So I don't let stuff get to me. Generally. Of course, there are some things that bug me and whatnot, but any ideas of what I would do on a vacation? I don't know. I mean, I always have tons of things that I want to do. It's just a matter of timing and if I could ever get things to work out. I've tried several years to get to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival. So far, that hasn't worked out. How many days am I on the road? I'm on the road about a month at a time. About 30 days. Then I take 3, 4, 5 days off. Good morning, Briggs. Howdy, Cosmo Dog. Thanks, I appreciate that. Playing on Truck Simulator? Nah, not me. I couldn't get into a game that was the same thing I do all day, every day. What kind of windshield holder do I use? I use a Steely. And I tell you what, if you go to the BigRigTravels.com website, look down, scroll down to the blog, you see an Amazon ad, click that Amazon ad, sign into your account like normal, then do a search for Steely, S-T-E-E-L-I-E. And basically what it is a magnetic ball that sticks to your windshield. Obviously the ball on one side, flat on the other. And then you stick a flat piece on your phone, and then it just sits there. And that's the best mount I've ever had. I've got 4 of them. And when you go through my Amazon link, anything you buy, I get a percentage of it, and it don't cost you any extra. Buying the Steely from Amazon is about half price of what I've seen them in all the truck stops for. So they're very, very, very good. And so you don't stick the little magnetic part directly on the back of your phone. I actually use heavy duty double stick tape. And it does a fantastic job. What was the last load? Pierogies. Let me look. Pierogies, fettuccine, Toll House cookies, macadamia nut, and that's it. 42,000 pounds worth. When am I getting a new truck? I don't know. When we reach 500,000 miles, or I take a 2-week vacation, or if this truck breaks down. definitely we have a lot of Germany folks that watch us, and I appreciate it. Yeah, that's a lot of people tell me we've got the best trucking channel out there. There's several other YouTube truckers, but they pretty much record all of their stuff. They only give you little pieces, parts of their day, which is fine. I'm not knocking anybody whatsoever. But I'd rather shoot it live all day long, let you guys run through the truck wash with me, and or times like this while we're waiting. That way you get a real time, real look at a trucker's life, not just little pre-recorded pieces, parts. The downside to that is we don't have flashy graphics and music and all this other stuff that the other guys have, but that's okay. I mean, they do what they do and I do what I do. So M.A. Sudi, I'm glad you liked that trip. There was a whole bunch of back roads. We were actually supposed to deliver last night, but the hills just took it out of us. In fact, I looked at our miles per gallon, and yesterday's run was 6.6 miles a gallon, which, when you figure as heavy as we were and as many mountains as there were, 6.6 really ain't bad when you're dragging 79,000 pounds up the hill. Ever hauled electronics? I have from time to time, yes. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yep, you definitely see all sorts of the country. And I was flipping through chat late last night from yesterday, and because every now and then I'll go through chat and see what you guys were talking about, you know, any problems or questions or concerns or whatever. And a couple people talked about we're better than the Travel Channel on TV because we actually travel. So I don't know, maybe somebody ought to write the Travel Channel and tell them what we're doing, and tell them BigRigTravels knows how to travel, and they need to quit talking about food and actually show people the country. And of course, like I said, all of you guys can contact anybody you want to. One day somebody contacted the Weather Channel, and I think we've been on there 2 different times. So yeah, don't be afraid to spread the word about BigRigTravels. And nothing is staged. What you see is what happens. My screw-ups and all that stuff included. Both cameras, the Snowman, the GPS, all that stuff, the live stream, all runs off of Galaxy Note 5 phones. And sometimes in certain locations we do get throttled, and that's why some days we have a horrible time broadcasting. But that's the way it is. Do I have a video of the truck? I do. If you go to the website, BigRigTravels.com, look in the menu bar, click on Video Vault, and you'll see sections of videos. You'll see Segway videos, drone videos, you'll see the few vlogs that I've done, and that's where the truck video is. I think a lot of people forget there's a whole website, and everybody just thinks we're just a YouTube channel. Website's actually got more information on there than you might think. Thank you, William. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good holiday weekend. Uh-oh, N130NH. Sounds like an airplane tail number. Now it says mash it. John, how you doing? Anwart, yes, the company can see where I am. Yes, they can get real-time information from my logs. They can tell how fast I'm driving. They can tell if I'm driving or sitting or if I'm parked in traffic or whatever the case may be. But they're not really worried about all that. I mean, their concern is pick up on time, deliver on time, fuel where you're supposed to, don't get tickets and accidents and all this other stuff. If you behave yourself, they got other problem children to watch. So, you know, of course all the records are there, but there's no reason for them to look into it. We always do what we're supposed to. A lot of people want me to broadcast in 1080p, but we cannot, because number one, YouTube on their live app on their phone only goes as high as 720. The other part of that is 720, we're using about 300 gigabytes a month for the stream. So, and we hit buffering every now and then. So if we try to up that up to 1080, you would have even more buffering and use a whole bunch more data. It just, I don't see. First, it's not possible. Second, it's, I don't know, until we get to faster 5G and all that stuff, not much we can do about it. Sure, you've seen other company trucks on the road. And the only reason why it's a secret, quote unquote, it's more a liability issue. It's more my hobby of playing with the cameras and all that stuff has nothing to do with the company, and so they don't want the names intertwined. Does that make sense? In fact, when I used to have my website name on my doors, I would roll into a shipper, and a lot of times they would put my website name down as a shipper or as a company name, and it's like no. So we stay away from all that. I do my thing and keep it separate from business, if that makes sense. What happens if we park and we still have time left on our drive clock? Yes, the time just carries over the next day. But you're still always limited to the maximum of 11 hours driving, or your 70-hour clock. You're welcome, William. I appreciate it. As long as everybody doesn't get bored to death sitting here watching trucks or hearing me gab. I probably won't go to the Galaxy 9. I will probably end up going to the Galaxy 8. You know, there's like a several $100 difference between 8 and 9. But I don't know. We'll tackle that when we get there. I mean, you're talking about what, more than $1,000 for the Galaxy 9. That'd be on top of my $600 a month. I already pay to broadcast all this every month. So it's on my radar to get an upgrade. Exactly when it will happen, I can't promise. I do like the back roads. I do what I can. We're limited on where we could go with the back roads, obviously. Short bridges, roads that aren't rated for 80,000 pounds, etc. But we do what we can. What happens if I'm stuck in traffic and your drive clock runs out? Well, nothing you could do about that. If you run out of time, you have to find the first safest place to park. It's still considered a log violation, but you know, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't control traffic jams and all this stuff, so. All right, have a good day at work. Love music. So now the problem we're running into, I'm supposed to be loading at 9 o'clock this morning near Cincinnati. Here it is 9:30 and we don't even have an empty yet. And that will then create problems getting to this next delivery, which should be at 1 a.m. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. All right, John, take care. Your trailer is afloat. I'm talking about a flood. Yeah, I thought of that too. Go right through Chicago on a Friday holiday weekend. That's going to be nice. But I don't worry about it. I do everything I can and notify the bosses and all this other stuff, and let the chips fall where they do. I ain't gonna worry about and fret about what I can't control. I got my own stuff to worry about without worrying about things that I can't fix. You're driving in a parade. Woohoo! Man, ain't nobody at this truck stop, is there? Janet Jim thought of us. Nice. When's the last time I saw Aunt Jemima? Last time, well, in the bunk the other day, she put up a sign that said, "I went fishing," or tadpole hunting. So I don't know. You never know when she'll show up. How old am I? Just turned 54. How long have I been trucking? 12 years. Actually, in 6 days it'll be 12 years. I think I have a hole in the bottom of my water bucket. I do. That's not good. Nothing like a hole in your bucket. Explain the various clocks. Well, that's like an all-day session. But basically, you could work 70 hours in 8 days. You could drive a maximum of 11 hours a day. After 8 hours, you have to take a half-hour break. And if you take a 10-hour break, then your clock, or your new drive clock gets to start. But no matter what, you can't go over your 70 hours in 8 days. Good, I'm glad you guys like watching. That's what we do. Guys, I'll throw you guys in the front seat and y'all get to watch all day long. As much as we can anyways. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for the planners to wake up and tell me where an empty trailer is. Yes, there is a 14-hour clock. The 14-hour clock is once we go on duty first thing in the morning, that starts our 14-hour clock. And whether we work or drive or sit in the door or deliver or whatever, once we reach that 14 hours from when we first started, we can't drive anymore. So yes, that's what that 14-hour clock is. Good morning to Minnesota. Yeah, Chris, if you do Google search for hours of service, you'll get all sorts of videos and explanations and official documents and whatever you more information than you would ever want to know. Cool the phone down a little bit. truck gets so dusty. Yeah. It amazes me how much dirt and dust this truck collects. Between me spilling stuff all the time and dirt lots that I go in, pollen that blows around, don't take long to totally make this truck dirty. Is there another switch for the AC? No. But yeah, this truck gets awful dirty. And then, of course, I go to these like mud dirt lots, and it rains, and I have to walk through the mud, and then I track the mud in, and then as the mud in the truck dries, it turns into a whole pile of dirt and dust. Because a lot of places we go, the trailers are all on dirt lots because they don't want to pay to, you know, put trailers on the asphalt. Do I plan on taking time off? Well, I'd like to. That's what I'm aiming for. Exactly when it'll happen and what days, I don't know. It all depends on what trips we can get done. And of course, along with the good old messes when I spill coffee and don't know, or when we hit bumps and it throws the coffee cup out of the coffee cup holder.
A new message has arrived.
Okay, so are they going to tell us where to go? To pick up an empty? So I had a pen. Where'd my pen go?
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
What's my opinion about the lack of truck drivers? Yes, there's a lack of truck drivers.
Home. Messaging.
Big red soda, I like that. At one time I did talk to the company about it, and they were all fine. The concerns was not broadcasting on company property, not cussing and hooting and hollering, not bringing up the names, company names, not bringing up who I drive for, what I'm carrying, you know, all the normal stuff which we do already. And if you think about it, the other YouTube truckers, because I get this email a lot, the other YouTube truck drivers that have been fired because they were broadcasting or recording their things. What happened? If you look at it, they're broadcasting information that should never be broadcast. They're sitting there recording their phone as they talk to their dispatcher. They're bad-mouthing the company that they drive for. So, yeah, of course you're going to get fired. You don't act like an idiot like that. But to each his own, you know. That's why I say what I do is what I do. It doesn't involve the company whatsoever, and you can't mix the two. So that's basically it. Do they know? Yes. But I'm not doing all the stupid stuff that the other people that whine, I got fired. Well, yeah, look what you're doing. You're broadcasting stuff that don't need to be broadcast. Or you don't badmouth your employer like that. You just don't. What do you expect? If you have a problem, you talk it out with them privately. You don't go airing dirty laundry everywhere. So just like anything else, what you do with it and how you work it is what makes a difference. Or one guy broadcast that he ran a stop sign. Yeah, accidents happen, all that stuff, but you know, you just got to use your head. You have to think. And that's the problem. Most of them don't. And the other thing is, I remember another YouTube trucker, don't remember when or who it was or whatever. I was sitting at a shipper and I was watching a stream a little bit, and he was driving and he kept telling people, type in capital letters so that I could read the chat. Alright, so why are you going down the interstate, driving a big rig, and then looking at chat? No, that's why we don't do that. We don't look at chat, we don't see chat while we drive or anything else. If you guys want to talk to me, you got to wait till we're not driving. Does that make sense? And I don't want my attention playing with a dang tablet or phone or whatever. My full concentration is driving, and let the cameras broadcast all day long. And if you notice, when Snowman goes into a, you know, behind the gates and protected status and whatever else, that all happens automatically. That's all customized programming based on the GPS coordinates of the phone. I don't change that. I don't do anything with it. It just happens automatically. So we never touch the phone at all. And that was the reason why we have moderators. I do think we got a messy group of road crew. Because all this dirt can't come from me. I guess it could. Oreo cookie dust. Actually, there's a stepped on Cheez-Its cracker. That was probably me. I don't know, a couple weeks ago we had chocolate mint cookies. And apparently they fell off the seat and into the floor, and I didn't know. And of course the hot summer sun just made a mess. But I cleaned that up already. Marcia, I appreciate that. And believe it or not, some people think Big Rig Travels is boring. And that don't bother me. People are allowed to pick what they want. If they want to watch me or watch somebody else or think we're exciting or think we're boring or whatever, hey, teach his own, whatever floats your boat. But I do appreciate that, and apparently quite a few people agree as well. What's your favorite reason for driving the truck? I get to drive. I love to drive. I get to travel. I get paid to travel. It has afforded me the chance to take a lot of side trips. You know, like say I get 4 days off somewhere or whatever, and I get to go there, take my 4 days off, like San Francisco or California or Chicago or Florida, Key West, you know, all that stuff. I get to get free travel to wherever I want to take a vacation, and I get paid for it all. I get to take photography when I get a chance, and I get to do all sorts of good stuff. And of course now I get to do Big Rig Travels. So it's just something I like to do. Is there any advice I could give to a new truck driver? Well, don't compete against any other truck drivers. The highway is not a road race. You don't win a prize for getting there first. Make safety number one. Let everybody else win. Meaning, if they cut you off or whatever, don't get road rage. Let them win. Because if you can finish the end of the day without filling out accident paperwork, then you came out the winner. So let them think they won and move on with your day. So basically just be hypersensitive to safety, do everything right, because out on the road or, you know, even in a parking lot at a truck stop or whatever, one mistake, you take off another truck driver's hood or back into somebody or whatever, it's all over. You just ruined your career, thousands of dollars worth of expenses, insurance, lawyers if there's an accident. You know, it's not worth it. Not worth it at all. It's kind of like brain surgery. Or basically any type of surgery doctor. You don't want him playing on his phone while he's doing brain surgery or heart surgery or whatever. You want him 1000% focused on his job at hand. One little mistake could paralyze you or could kill you or whatever. Driving a 40-ton truck is exactly the same thing. So and I know a lot of other super truckers think I'm corny because I don't go speed racing and I take corners slower and all that stuff, but you know, I don't care. I'm not out for them. I'm the captain of my own truck. I don't care what they do.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
I'd make a good teacher. I'd love to. I'd love to be a trainer. But if I became a trainer, it means I couldn't do any broadcasting or camera work or nothing. So, and that's, I could make a lot of money being a trainer. But believe it or not, the reason why I don't be a trainer is 100% because of the road crew. The website is more important to me than making an extra $20,000 a year. And I'm dead serious. Because that's about what I'd make. Extra. I could train people, and I could train them to stay alive. A lot of trainers train simply to, you know, push them on down the pipe even though they don't know how to drive. A lot of trainers don't know how to train. And I wouldn't trust them with a 10-foot pole. But the longer I sit is not longer drive
A new
time.
message has arrived.
My 14-hour clock is still clicking. What is NETTS? Nice, retiring. Woohoo! I don't know how this truck gets so dirty. I really don't. You know, a lot of it too is just being around trucks all the time. I guess all the smog and whatever, I don't know. But that's why I got Lysol wipes. Constantly wipe the steering wheel down.
A new message has arrived.
Why do I need Rolaids in my truck? Howdy, Matt. Howdy. I don't ever get heartburn unless I eat too much broccoli. Be right back. starting to get hot. Alright, let me roll back. I like aviation. I do. I used to work on corporate aircraft. Yeah, we are already late to the shipper, and I don't see how we will be able to make our delivery on time. But I've told the bosses, and ain't nothing I can do about it. I can't just eat metal and make a trailer appear. So we're just waiting. In fact, let me shoot off an email. So hang on, I'll be with you guys shortly. So what did I deliver last? Pierogies, cookies, all sorts of good stuff. Build tire. I mean, not build tire. Who is that? Let's get rid of this guy. We don't play stupid games like that. Don't worry, that in whatever the heck that is, they're gone. Remember, this is a family-friendly, kid-safe website. And believe it or not, I do get comments and emails about people getting really upset because we don't allow cuss words and whatever. They call that everyday language. Well, sorry, it's not welcome here. You can either talk correctly or you don't get to talk at all. Believe it or not, Big Rig Travels is on the National School System, Public School System approved list of websites. I'm proud of that. And I'm not going to let some of these jerks screw it up. Plain and simple. I don't care if you cuss every day and it's normal language for you. We're not allowing that here. Yep, Jay, we're waiting for the planners to figure out where empty trailers are. So, I'm not familiar with this area. Like if we're in Rochelle, I know of about 5 places I can pull an empty trailer from. Cincinnati, I know several places I could pull empty trailers from. Indianapolis, we don't really get out here all that much. So I don't know where to go. And I can't just go hunting on my own, because as soon as I went hunting around Cincinnati, the planners would give me an empty here. So we'll let the planners do their job. I appreciate that, Janet. I don't put up with none of that garbage. I don't care if people think I'm wimpy or not cool or whatever the case may be, but I'm not playing that game. I wasn't raised that way. You don't have to act like an idiot and chat. It just, we're not having that drama here, period. Thanks, Nancy, I appreciate it. Janet, Jim, just out of curiosity, how come you don't get your own channel? Why you hide behind your wifeys? You're welcome, Walt. Although I will say sometimes you guys get awful heavy on the drinking and the smoking and the whatever. I hate to see that, but you know, some of you guys like to walk the line. I guess a good rule of thumb is, would you talk about whatever at the family dinner table? That's kind of like what I try to go for. And I know sometimes people have really bad screen names, but they're good people, and I understand that. And that's why the moderators try to tell people that, hey, change your name. And it's not because we're like high society people that think we're better than anybody else. It's just, hey, some of these screen names don't send a good message. So yeah, coffee and Pepsi's okay. And whatever else you want to do is okay too. Just there's a difference between saying a sentence or two about something than to drag it on and you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so it does look like I have a leak in my water container. And yeah, I'm trying to clean up some while we're here. Need a maid in here. Still no trailer. No. Ugh. I'll always be 29 or 39, I guess. Jay, how you doing? I hate to clean the truck. Say like at the end of a long day, I usually don't clean the truck. I usually clean the truck when we have a downtime like this. And I'm motivated. I gotta be motivated to clean the truck. No, I'm not bored. Just cleaning the truck. Do that once a week, I guess. I do like airplanes, yes. The aircraft, corporate aircraft. Did that for a while. Believe it or not, the dirtiest side of the truck is always the passenger side, even though nobody's ever in it. Because dirt and dust and all that stuff blows in over there, settles over there, and I never get to never get to see it, never get to clean it. Does that make sense? But six 65 and disabled vet. I appreciate your service. Hey, random channel, don't worry about it. You're alright, man. You're alright. What about the days I'm sick? Do I get paid for the days I don't work? No. I don't get paid for sitting in the dock doors. I don't get paid for fueling. I don't get paid for inspections. The only thing I get paid is by the mile and when the wheels are rolling. And so that means I don't get paid for a lot of stuff. Trailer hunting, I don't get paid for. Sitting like this, I don't get paid for. Literally, I'm only paid while the wheels are rolling. Which I wish they would change, because we do a lot of work that doesn't require the wheels to be rolling. 45 minutes worth of inspections every day. Checking in with shippers, receivers, hiring lumpers, backing in the docks, waiting on customer property. All of that stuff. Never paid for. Do I get lonely riding by myself? No. Dang, I've always got 200 or 300 road crew in the truck with me. Hey, Neff, I appreciate the 10 bucks. That'll buy me steak tonight. Surprised planners ain't telling me where to go. But like I said, we do our part. Make the planners do their part. And of course, trailer washouts the company pays for. Fuel they pay for, tolls they pay for. Sometimes I gotta pay stuff myself out of my pocket and then just turn in the receipt. How much fuel goes in a truck? I have two 100-gallon tanks. So that'll give me about 1,200 miles or so. Yeah, we had an important message, and it was one that says, did you ask delivery if they had any empties. Well, yeah, I did. Is this a Volvo? No, this is 2016 Cascadia. You can get the speedometer and the career mileage, or the odometer, on the website. Regular truck diesel goes into the reefer engine, reefer tanks on the trailer. Ooh, Isaac. Isaac gave me $10. I appreciate that, man. That makes a big difference. Keeps the website going. Keeps this trucker fed with coffee and steaks. I appreciate it. Have I ever hauled furniture for a company? Actually, yes, I have. I think I hauled Ashley Furniture recliners, if I'm not mistaken. Most of the time I do food, but if there isn't a reefer load, say, but the reefer trailer can haul dry stuff as well. You just don't turn the reefer on. So actually I got the best of both worlds. Good morning, Modi. Lumper. Alright, what is a lumper? A lumper basically is somebody that I hire to unload the truck. Unload the truck, count the product and all that stuff for the delivery. Because I don't unload the stuff. I pay somebody else to. They unload the trailer, count it, sort it out, the whole 9 yards. So basically I just go in there, check in, they take my paperwork, they say it'll be $300 or $100 or $50 or $600, and I write a check to them. The amount, the amount could be anywhere from $35 to $600. It all depends on what the going rate is in that area, as well as how much I have, how many different items I have, all that good stuff. Not every place uses a lumper. Some places, my company has a charge account with them, and they handle it, without me writing a check. Other places, there is no lumpers. The workers at the warehouse unload it. What's the noise every few seconds? That's the inverter that powers the phones. Yep. It could carry dry stuff just as well. I've hauled socks, pillows, fans, underwear, furniture, just whatever. Most of the time, yes, it is food, but not all the time. And that's the reason why I don't ever tell you guys where I'm at or when I'm hauling until after we already let go of it. Because yes, you do have people that will break in the trailers. Happens all the time. The Foreman grill, I like it. It does pretty good. Who's people? Am I having steak tonight? I got no idea. I don't know where we're going to be tonight. We'll just leave that question alone there, Hank. Am I married? No. Kids at home? No. No, we're not going to sit till Monday. Scandic Road, the camera is a Galaxy Note 5. One day I need to come up with a whole bunch of FAQs. I keep wanting to, but on my days off, I want to go play, not sit on the website. Yeah, if that makes sense. I know it's a horrible excuse, but I think the doctor's about to get banned. He sure comes up with stupid, irrelevant questions. Whoever Nick is, it's his birthday. Do I have my toys with me? Segway, GoPro, laptop? No, I don't. But I'll bring them next time. You are correct. I do fly by the seat of my pants. I want to plan stuff, and I try to plan stuff. But as you can see right now, planning can change in a second. And so you have to be real fluid. You have to be able to adapt and change your thinking and change your plans. And that's why I tell people that want to meet me that don't count me being there until you actually see the truck, you know, because yeah, we could meet and all this other stuff, but anything could happen between now and then, and don't ever count anything until you actually see me pull into the parking lot. I don't really pay attention to how many gallons or how many pounds gallons are. We don't. It's rare that we get that close on weight. Although I have had to do that, but that's like extremely rare. And then sometimes we've run trips where the most fuel we could carry was half a tank. So thankfully that doesn't happen very often. So N130NH, is that in fact an aircraft tail number? Woohoo! See, I know my stuff. What kind of aircraft? You fly it? Beechcraft 77. I've done probably a little bit of everything. King Air, Queen Airs, all the big wide body jets, even one helicopter. This would not count as detention pay because I'm not at a customer or nothing like that. However, the other day, a couple days ago, when we were in Texas and we waited, what was it, 21 hours or some stupid thing like that, we did get $96 detention paid by that shipper for being there. But this doesn't count as detention pay. We do get layover pay if the truck is broke down 24 hours. We'll get $50. What do you do, Michael, in aviation? And where? Morning, B1957. Getting ready. Boeing and Everett. Ooh, I want a job there. Yeah, nothing like sticking nose spray up your nose when you already got a stuffy nose. There you go. I'd love a tour of the factory. I've done all the Boeings, 727, 737, 747, 757. Howdy, Danny. Glad you enjoy riding with us. We're kind of like in limbo right now. Alright, so how long have we been sitting? One hour and 46 minutes. And we'll give them 15 more minutes, and then we'll give them a 2-hour notice of like, hey, we're still sitting here. If I were to drive one of the trucks opposite of me, what would I see? What would I drive? Either the white or the red Cascadia. I love this Cascadia. Do I miss the settled life, or am I enjoying life on the road? I love the life on the road because of the travel, all that other good stuff. I do miss having a solid place to I guess what you would say called home, where you can come home every day at the end of every day and be off on the weekends and all this other stuff. I miss that, but if you do that, then you don't get to travel every day like I do. So it's 50-50. I figure I'll do this and I'll have to retire at some point, and then I can go back to having coffee and then go play in the yard and whatever whatever I want. I used to do avionics, yes. If there was any wire on an aircraft, I probably touched it at one point or another. I've done all the antennas, I've done all the instrument panels, the glass cockpits, I've done corporate jets, you know, John Paul Getty's wife's airplane, some of Air Force, the old Air Force One, NASA's flying telescope, done all the electronics but that. The guy who did CSI and whatever, I can't remember his name, I keep forgetting. But I've done corporate jets, complete refurbishments, basically hotel in the sky. I've been inside the tail, I've been inside the fuel tank, I've been under the floor, everywhere. I'm serious. If there's ever a wire anywhere on an aircraft, I've probably touched it, replaced it, or put it in clamps myself. How much clock do I gain back when? John Travolta. I actually worked on John Travolta's 707 that he's got, or used to have. Shook hands with him. 494 cubic feet. Wow, that's quite a bit. I also worked for Gulfstream factory down in Savannah, Georgia. So, I just got the bill just now. Just got the bill from Google for using our Google Maps. And it costs us $35.10 just to run the GPS for the website. That's not bad. It used to be free. But 35 bucks. Worked on a Gulfstream G4 SPs. Have I ever met airplane repo people? No, but I did work on an aircraft for a Saudi Arabian prince that was seized by the FBI out in Fort Worth. Yes, I'm serious. I hear it creaks pretty good, but I'm not one to chase a penny more per mile or whatever. I'm happy with who I've been with. Alright, so 35 bucks for the maps. Bummer. What particular job or trade have I always admired? Policemen, firemen, teachers, all the people that serve others, and yet nobody ever appreciates. You never, I'm serious, you never do know where you're going to be from day to day. I did all the aircraft before I did trucking. So I don't do that anymore. Although I do miss it because I made buku dollars. Be right back. 4 p.m. Where are you at? That's 4 p.m. What time's it here? It is 11:02. Let's see. Send a boss to the planners. I mean, send a message to the planners again. If there was one specific airplane I wanted, which one would I buy? I can't afford no airplane. I would have no use for an airplane, really. So I don't know how to answer that. Here, y'all could watch this commercial. Hey, turtle herder. Man, this truck stop's empty now. Everybody's going home for Labor Day. I don't know why all my water containers are empty. That's not fair. That's not good. Have I ever visited Europe? I have not.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
Checking with planners again. Well, okay. I think they would want me to go drive, but whatever. That's a good idea. Planners don't get paid if we don't get one. How do you guys like looking at an empty parking lot? I would have picked a more exciting truck stop if I knew it was going to be like this. That is a pretty field over there. It's got the trees in there. It's rare that they plant corn and leave the trees in. I guess that's kind of cool. About to go get more coffee here in a minute. Can I estimate when I will start today? I wish I could. We already started rolling this morning. We already made our delivery this morning. Now we're just waiting for an empty trailer. When the planners decide to find me an empty, then we'll go get an empty, and then we can head to the shipper. So I don't know. We've already waited 2 hours. I've already given them a reminder, a courtesy reminder. I should keep my mouth shut and just sit here all day, but howdy, Alex. How you doing? Are we turning back to Ohio? I don't know what we're doing right now. We're supposed to load just outside of Cincinnati. We were supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. Then we were supposed to be there at 9 o'clock. Then we were supposed to be there at 10 o'clock. And here it is already after 11. And they're, what, 150 miles away or whatever? So, I can't make the planners do their job. They're the ones who end up being the reason this trip failed. Not me, because we sent our messages. Here's a good example of what I mean of it doesn't do any good to be upset and throwing a fit like some other truck drivers do, because there's nothing you can do about it. Getting mad and upset and cranky, what is that going to do? Not a single thing. Yep, there are a shortage, or there is a shortage of truck drivers in the U.S. as well. Yeah, you do have a skeleton crew today and all weekend, and that's fine too. If the skeleton crew can't find me an empty, well, I mean, there's nothing I can do. Would I like to be driving? Of course. Hey, at least it ain't snowing and raining. All that mess. Speaking of which, I'm gonna take out the trash. Well, if you want everything 9 to 5, you can't be a truck driver. Howdy, M.A. Sudi. I appreciate all the photos you take and post on the Road Crew Facebook page. You always do quite a few nice photos of the bridges and the tunnels and the buildings and all that good stuff. I appreciate that. So we have
messaging. You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Just for curiosity, we have 8 hours and 26 minutes left on our 14-hour clock. We have 10 hours 47 minutes on our 70-hour clock. So here's a good example. I was expecting to spend a night up in Wisconsin down the street from the delivery. We won't even make that today. So and for those that asking, I don't get holidays. No holidays, no sick days, no nothing. message yet. Hey, Mr. Pruitt, how you doing? How come I can't see everybody's messages? Nice little breeze blowing through though. Can't believe they ain't found us an empty yet. Howdy, Chris. You'd be surprised at how much dust these seats will hold. Man, somebody needs to let the dog out. No, I'm not strangling the cat. I'm talking to my buddy on the phone, and he wants you guys to hear Silly Salad. Sally says it's horrible that we're sitting here. Well, what might happen if they can't find an empty anywhere, they might give us a different trip where we could just bobtail into the shipper. Is that a Pete or a KW? Let's see. It's a Kinney Whopper from Streeter, Illinois. So earlier you heard the doggies. Now you get to hear 4 kitties. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of road crew and animals in here. They all hollering it's breakfast time. Now what we need is a goat and a monkey. Thanks. I am starting to get bored. I already cleaned the truck halfway. Cats and frogs? Yeah, TK did. TK literally grew up in a truck. All right. Well, let's go scan it. Might as well do that while I wait, so I don't have to worry about that. I wish I knew what I did with my pens. And look at this, I have 2 pages left in my notebook that I keep track of trips. And got me a backup already. Okay. Let's see. Pull up this. Where's my mail? Alright, finally got the sweatshirt mock-up. Now we're just waiting on prices from the new owners. Doing some paperwork here, so. Oh, ouch. Alright, let's pull up my paycheck, make sure that we got paid for everything that we're supposed to get paid for. paid. That got paid. That got paid. That got paid. The only thing I didn't get paid for was fuel. So, let's go back and scan that in. You always have to make sure that they pay you what they're supposed to. Alright, so put this one back, put this one over here, and maybe that'll show up next week. Alright, all this over here. You gotta have good record keeping in truck driving, that's for sure. Yep, today's Friday, payday. So there's physically no way that we could deliver on time. And being a holiday weekend, no telling how that's going to screw things up with the shipper and the delivery. Some shippers take the weekend off, others don't. Truck's coming in for lunch. Which I think we're going to go get another cup of coffee. I'll be back.
You have 7 hours and 57 minutes of remaining drive time.
And at 7:57, you notice our 14-hour clock's counting away.
You have 7 hours and 53 minutes of remaining drive time.
7 hours, 53 minutes. There goes our clock. By the way, if you guys want to watch trucking, you can still do it. Here's another live truck cam. It actually comes from my buddy Germany Jens over in Germany. So if you want to watch that, here you go. Tell them BigRigTravels sent you. Do I wear my own BRT shirts? Yes, 99% of the time I do. So if you want to, there's a link I just put in the chat room. If you want to go watch a German truck driver drive, he's alive as well. In fact, I'm going to go poke my head in there, go say hi to him. Make sure you give him a thumbs up. Looks like he's on a 2-lane road right now. He just said howdy to us. Make sure y'all give Germany Jens a thumbs up. You hear him talking to me? Old Germany's got 38 people watching now. At least that way y'all don't get bored out of your skull. Oh man, I forgot creamer. What time do I load? We should have already been loaded. This time does not count as driving time because we're not driving. Oh, me. So I tell you what. Obviously, this ain't going to be a fast thing. I'm going to let you guys go on my channel. So I could just take care of stuff and talk on the phone and take care of other things and all that stuff. But here is Germany Jen's channel. He's driving now over in Germany, Netherlands area. Stop by, say howdy to him. Give you something to watch while we take care of our business. So make sure you subscribe to BigRigTravels and the Germany Gens. And as soon as I find out what we're gonna do about having no trailer, we'll get to driving again and we'll continue on. In the meantime, go pay Germany Gens a visit. Watch him. Alright, from the US, I will see you guys after a while, hopefully.